My name is Dana Berkey and welcome to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, I'm a young adult fiction author and today we need to chat Big Brother because so much just happened. If you guys aren't watching Big Brother this season, first of all, pause this video, go back, catch up on all the episodes. This was just the fourth episode of the summer, fourth or fifth episode of the summer. Basically, it's a great time to get caught up though because, oh my goodness, so much has happened and I want to chat about the most recent things that just occurred. So to catch everyone up going into tonight's episode, currently we have Christine as the HOH. She is a part of this large 8-person alliance that is called the Grateful, well, I almost said the Grateful 8, but it's just Grateful, but it has the number 8 inside of it, and it's very much monopolizing the house. Now, I should mention that I do not watch live feeds. I'm very disconnected from the Big Brother house in that way because I have a life outside of watching Big Brother, and during the summer I get very busy, and I don't want to spend all my time just like watching people do laundry because that's the one season that was like all I watched was just Carol doing laundry. So I don't watch the feeds, but I have heard through a little bit of talk on Twitter that there is a lot of like negativity and bullying and different things happening, and a lot of it goes along with some of the guys that are in the Grateful Alliance, so mostly Jack and Nick, which I was super bummed to hear because Nick right from the start seemed like someone that was really genuine, was going to have a really good gameplay. I thought if him and Jackson could team up, they could have almost Hitman style relationship, but it looks like that might not necessarily be happening, and so things have been crazy. So I found myself going back and forth on whether or not I liked this alliance, and what really made me bummed though was who they were targeting. They were going for Kat, which I was fine with, and then they had Cliff on the block, and you guys all know if you're an older person in the house, you generally don't make it super far. It's almost like a curse, but Cliff seems like a good enough guy and everything, so I wasn't sure how I felt about that. But then they wanted to target Kemi, and I was like, I don't really have any like cares on that one way or the other. But when the boys started talking about their like hit list, how they're going to get Kemi out, and then they're going to get Cliff out, and they're going to get Jess out, and then they're going to get Ovi out, it became pretty clear to Christine that this was not her HOH. This was her team's HOH. And she didn't like the way that they were like mansplaining things to her and making her feel less than. And so she kind of was like, I need to make my own decision. Well, the veto was won by Sam. Sorry, I had to really think that through. Sam won veto, and he had promised to take Cliff off the block so that they could backdoor Kemi, but Christine wasn't really feeling it. During their conversation, Ovi comes into the room, and they were like, let's just put Ovi on the block. So they did. So we go into today with Kat and Ovi on the block, and I for one really like Ovi. He's very young, but he also seems extremely intelligent and is very just like aware, and like, I don't know, like everything about him just seems so wholesome and amazing, and I really like him as a human and as a player inside the game, and so I was really bummed. And oh, I want to also say shout out to Bobby. Bobby's one of my friends that I've known for a few years. We actually met through a mutual friend's Halloween party, and he happens to be a Big Brother fan as well, and so him and I have been chatting. We actually will like live chat during the episodes, and we were both super into it, so shout out to him. But tonight we were kind of like chatting back and forth as we have during other episodes, and we knew this big power was going to come. We were like guessing, trying to decide what was going to happen, and finally we got to find out more about Camp Comeback. So unfortunately, we said goodbye to Ovi, and he was the second person evicted because David was evicted through this kind of exile competition. Basically, 4 people were exiled from Camp BB, and they had to win their way back in, and one person couldn't, and that was David, so he was gone. Well, Ovi now also got evicted, and before he could even make it to the door, boom, music comes on, Camp Comeback is open, everybody sit down. So we find out that there is a new power in play, a new thing happening. Now keep in mind, Ovi already has this nightmare power where he can change any eviction. Any eviction he wants, he can just say, nope, redo, basically. And the HOH has to come up with brand new nominations. And it can be used the first 6 weeks of the summer, which is huge. So anytime he finds himself on the block at a nomination ceremony, not a veto ceremony, he has the power to change it, which is why he couldn't save himself this week because he was kind of backdoored. Anyway, so he already has this power, and we find out there's this new power being played where the first 4 evicted house guests are not kicked out of the house. They get to stay. Like, just let that sink in for a second. They get to stay, and they get to continue their social game. And they get to live in the house. They don't get to play. They're not going to be HOH. They're not going to win vetoes. They're not going to probably compete in any kind of other random comps like the Whacktivity comp, things like that. But they have this huge ability to be in the house and eventually win their way back in, it sounds like. I don't know what that competition is going to look like. Is it going to be a competition? Is America going to vote? Are the house guests going to vote? I don't really know. But Bobby and I were going back and forth discussing how much this is going to change the game. Like, think about it. Imagine if they had gotten Kat out, who walked around the entire house just being like, are you conspiring against me? Are you conspiring against me? Are you conspiring against me? If they had evicted her, they would have had to hear it nonstop. You evicted me. Why did you evict me? Why did you evict me? Why did you evict me? And we all would have gone crazy, let's be honest. So in a way, it's kind of okay that we got evicted so we don't have to hear Kat do all that. But that's going to really weigh heavily on how they go forward in the next couple of weeks on who they're going to target and evict. Not to mention the fact that Jackson was like the main reason that David got evicted. And now David's back. He's only playing socially right now, but he's back. Insane, totally insane, crazy, crazy, fantastic, amazing. But anyway, after we find out all that information, they send David and Ovi up to the room, and it's basically like a have-not room. We had the new HOH, and it came down to Jack and Jessica, and Bobby and I were both like pulling for Jessica. We were like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then she lost to Jack, and we were definitely super bummed. However, we're not really sure how that's going to change evictions and things like that. Like, targeting these big players might not be the best idea, because if they win their way back in, then they're going to be like a hard thing to deal with. And in a lot of ways, it kind of can get rid of options for back doors and things like that, because like stabbing someone in the back isn't really going to be too helpful when they're still in the house and can speak their truth on both sides of the house. It's going to be crazy. Like, just every single thing about it is going to be crazy. The one thing though that I finally mentioned to Bobby and he completely agreed on, and this is what I really wanted to mention in this video too, and this whole video is really to like get the conversation starting about your thoughts and feelings going forward in the house, things like that. But my thought was, like, Ovi and David are the first two people in there. They're going to be in there an entire week, you know, in the house, exchanging ideas and thoughts and things like that. If the two of them could team up and play both sides of the house, or if anyone that makes it into the Camp Comeback group, if they can exchange information and work both sides of the house, they could come into the house the strongest possible player. Like, think about it. If Ovi is kind of in with the 8, finds out all this information, or maybe chooses not to if David ends up doing that, and this is, again, just like speculation on who would do what. But if someone infiltrated the 8 and kind of knew a lot of their secrets, and then someone infiltrated the other side of the house and knew their secrets, if those two people were sharing information in secret, it wouldn't matter which of the two of them made it back into the house. They would be the most powerful because they know all of these secrets and all these bargaining chips and things that could get them further in the game. And that to me is fantastic and wonderful and amazing. And I really hope that that's what people do, that people really stop and think, how can I work with the people that won't be getting back into the house in the best way to benefit my game? Because yeah, someone might do a lot of work and then not get back into the house, but it's going to be remembered and they're going to go down in BB history if they're able to pull something like that off. So my mind is reeling. I don't know what to do, what to think, just any of it, but I'm so excited to find out what happens next. And unfortunately, it's only Wednesday and we have to wait until Sunday for the new episode, and I'm already freaking out. I haven't looked up anything since like the comp was just today, but I might look up between now and Sunday to find out who gets put on the block or things like that, because I'm gonna need to know ahead. I also do know that based on some of the things that Jack has said, he's been really negative, kind of fat shaming Jessica, just calling Kemi names all the time. I have a feeling that Twitter right now is just totally losing it, that BB Twitter is losing their mind, and I kind of want to go see that craziness, because if he's HOH and he's continuing to run his mouth, he's just making so many enemies inside America. And so if we end up with any kind of voting power for or against the Camp Comeback, it's not going to be so good for his game. So that's my thoughts. Sorry if things are a little bit jumbled. I'm still kind of working through everything, and my mind again is just reeling and trying to figure out where things are going to go from here. I'm definitely super excited about this new twist, and I think it's going to do nothing but cause some positive gameplay, because I feel like strategic gameplay is what I, for one, live for in the game. I loved all the split votes last season, and I love that we have these people that aren't in the game but are in the game, kind of like, I believe it was season 13 where we had these keys that that could get you in through like the first couple weeks of the game, but this isn't guaranteed safety. So these people are going to have to be making deals and making alliances in hopes they get back in the house, and who knows how it's going to go. So all that is to say, I am super excited to start the conversation with you guys. In fact, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, but most importantly, comment below your thoughts, your feelings, everything like that. The only thing that I ask is that you please keep comments civil. I understand we all feel strongly about different parts of the game, but let's just chat like adults, like humans, like people, and just speak civilly about the different house gets or things that are going on. But let me know, what are your thoughts and feelings on this new twist? Are you for it? Are you against it? Who do you think is going to benefit from it? Let me know your thoughts. If you don't even know what to do or think or say yet, let me know that too, because I'm a little bit on board for that as well. Finally, make sure you're subscribed to my channel though with notifications on so you find out as soon as new videos are posted. I am planning on doing a weekly update. I don't know for sure what day I'm going to do the Big Brother updates, but basically over the next week or two, I should say, I'm going to be going through my predictions for the summer. I'm going to be doing my own predictions and then also pulling them from my Shark Bowl because, you know, random draw could honestly pick the winner better than I could based on the twists and turns that are ahead in BB21. For now though, I'm going to go check out some of the Twitter happenings, what people are saying with Jack as the new HOH, and I can't wait to find out who he puts on the block, who leaves the house next, and what's going to happen with this whole camp comeback. This is a game changer. I did not expect the unexpected to this level, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Anyway, for all of you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon.